Now, you can't just call yourself an expert. You gotta earn that title. And at Wingstop, we've been earning it for decades. Want the secret? Start from scratch. Make to order. Sauce by hand in one of 11 mind-melting flavors. Serve hot with scratch-made ranch. Repeat for over 20 years. That's how you become an expert. Wingstop, the wing experts.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to romey-mak's 2 cents, where we talk about any and everything, and then we give our 2 cents. Happy Good Friday to everyone. You know, for those that recognize, this time of the year. A lot of things happened this week. Comedy world, we know we lost Charlie Murphy. We had the incident, going on with San Bernardino, where the children were, the two children got shot. Yeah, 2 children were killed along with the teacher by her husband. But let me get the co-host on the line right quick. Karumbe and Sugar Booger, what's happening?
Hey.
What's going down?
Nothing much. Hey, Jeff, you gonna respond?
Yeah, you on? What's up?
He's eating the Twizzler right now.
I'm here.
All right, man, say something, bro. Shit. So obviously we'll go right into that. Well, with all of us being parents, that situation out there in San Bernardino is wild. I mean, it was and it was special needs. Not to say that special needs are helpless. You know what I'm saying? But it's a special needs class that was really attacked with this gun situation. So it's like, wow, it's a rough situation for any parent to deal with, obviously, but it's already a lot going into dealing with a special needs child, and then to you would hope that obviously nothing happens to them going to any school, special needs or any child, but this is it's a pretty rough situation. So obviously this is something that's that's going to obviously haunt these kids, one, and then the parents of the kids forever. So I just want to know what you guys say. Well, I'll say you, Ebony, being the mom. What was your initial thought when you saw this story about the San Bernardino shooting?
Man, it's crazy. It seems like there's just too many school shootings going around these days, and I don't know. It's crazy. It really is. My child hasn't actually started school yet, but man, I'm terrified. That's something that now you have to worry about. You worry about bullying, and now you got to worry about somebody coming up and shooting the school up. I mean, it's crazy. It's nerve-wracking to think that that's something that's now on every parent's mind now. Is, you send your kid to school, and you hope they come out safe that day. You hope nothing happens. You know what I mean? It's a little stressful.
Yeah, he just signed in as a, he was just signing in as a fucking guest. You know what I'm saying? Like normal. You know what I mean? He went straight in the classroom. Obviously aimed for her, and she had 2 kids behind her at the time, and those were the ones that got hit. And then, I think when he saw officers coming, that's when he offed himself. So it's tragic, man. Karumbe, what's your thoughts on it, bro? Yo.
Yeah, man. The first thing I thought about was like, and I don't know, like when stuff like that happen, I'm like, what do they do for somebody to go to that kind of extreme? And then I thought about, like, when I went to school, we had police officers at the school. And I know you was like, they showed up later, but they used to always be police officers. Maybe because I went to a battered school in a worse, like, neighborhood district or whatever. But it was always police officers, like, there, like, 24/7 when you're at school, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, maybe they need to have that more now, assigned officers at school, because it's to the point where they need it. Like, I don't care what school you at, you might need a metal detector. You might need police officers there around the clock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because school ain't safe no more. I mean, my school wasn't safe because of crazy stuff like that. I'm not like somebody coming to the school and shooting it, but, like things like gang fights and all the rest of that stuff. So I'm thinking now that it's hitting more of the upper schools and stuff like that. It's becoming something that need to be watched. But they implemented those kind of things on the schools I grew up in a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, we had we had an officer in our school. You know what I'm saying? Well, a few, maybe I want to say three officers that would just walk around the school. And then there was one time where I don't know, I think it was around my 10th or 11th grade year where it just took, it seemed like it was taking forever for kids to get into school, and turns out that they had metal detectors, you know what I'm saying, at the high school, for us to come in. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck is, for one, what we need this for at school, but, with everything that's been going on, since then, and that was 2001, 2002 time frame when I was in 10th and 11th grade. So you can imagine, just everything that's, that's has gone on since then, so it's just tragic, it's tragic that we still have to come to, to such a pass, and, all we can do is just definitely, well wishes to the family going through, this hurtful time, to lose an 8-year-old son, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit is rough, man. I'm not even gonna pretend to act like I know, what I'm saying, what that feels like, because I don't. And, we just just try to watch over our kids as much as we can, man. Speaking of kids, you definitely want to watch over kids. Anytime that, 8-year-olds are driving their 4-year-old sister to McDonald's after, watching a YouTube video. So it's like, I don't even know what to think about, as far as that goes. But hold on, let me get Evan on the line real quick. He's calling in. Yo, Slick, what up?
What up?
Ain't nothing, man. Just here. We just talked about the San Bernardino shooting. I'm pretty sure you saw that as well, bro. And before we get into this the new topic, I was about to talk about the McDonald's thing where the 8-year-old drove his 4-year-old sister to get a cheeseburger or something from McDonald's. But I want to know just your thoughts, E, on this whole San Bernardino shooting. How did that really affect you when you saw the story?
Well, I'm into the domestic violence thing. I'm real deep into it as far as trying to get something started to prevent things from happening, and actually taking action on these signs that pop up, because something was going on before he went in there shooting. There had to be signs where she called, or there's some type of domestic violence issue that's on paper before this happened. So
I was saying the same thing, man.
Yeah, and I think that we, as a society, we downplay domestic violence too much, because for the most part we like to say it's not our business, and it is our business, because people end up getting killed. We don't take into consideration that these women are in these situations and they really want to get out, but sometimes they just can't. It's like somebody that's being on drugs. It's like they're afraid to get out of that situation. You really have to help them. You got to pull them out. You can't just say it's your choice all the time, because sometimes they don't have the power to make that choice. So I think with the San Bernardino thing, it was just another instance where it just got too far and went to the last to the worst case scenario, and we need to do something to stop it. That's for damn sure.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. We definitely need to do something about domestic violence and just how it affects our society. I get into a lot of debates at work in regards to like sports, especially with the NFL. How like the NFL pretends that they're for domestic violence. Not for domestic violence, but really just protecting those that are affected by domestic violence. Yet they get caught sweeping a lot of things under the rug that have to deal with females being battered and bruised, and our guys given the opportunity to to play again, like shortly after committing such an offense. For instance, the young kid that's coming out of the young kid that's coming out of Oklahoma this year. I believe his name is Joel Mixon, and that incident where he slapped the shit out of that white girl in a restaurant. And his excuse for that was that when she hit him, he thought it was a dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? That that's a female, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no female hitting you that damn hard. You know what I'm saying?
Now, was that the case? Was that the one I was on video?
Yeah, on video, man.
All right. Yeah, it came out like last year, right?
Yeah. He slapped her, walked out, and that was it.
Right. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, and then you got the, obviously the Ray Rice scenario, and he's taking all the precautions it takes really to get back into the NFL. And they're basically treating this guy, like second-class citizen with this shit. So it's like picking and choosing, how serious we're taking, domestic violence. That's the issue I have. You know what I mean? As far as like if we're gonna be, serious about these issues, we need to be serious about all issues that are affected with domestic violence, not so much just the, all we pick is, he's not a popular player, so we don't need him. Oh, he can make me a lot of money, so don't worry about it, man. That girl had it coming or something like that. I don't know what goes on with these guys' heads, as far as like, disciplinary action that must be taken for, domestic violence. But definitely, I'm with you, man. Something's got to get done. So we, I'm saying, as you called in, Evan, man, we were about to discuss how this 8-year-old drove his 4-year-old sister to McDonald's, after watching a driving, learning how to drive YouTube tutorial, man, and I just thought that was pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting story. So I was just wondering, what you guys thought about, that. How would you feel? I would say, E, if your son, drove to McDonald's at 8 years old.
Well, what's funny is my 9-year-old's in the truck with me right now listening to the show, and if he jumped in and took my truck and took Ace into McDonald's and made it to McDonald's, got some food. First, if they came back alive, I'd be astounded. Second, some asses gonna get whooped, but at what point did I fail as a parent where he can think he should jump in and take off? I don't know the story. I didn't see it yet, so I guess I got to look up that story. But that is hilarious. How did he get caught?
Because a lot of people seen him on the road, and then they started alerting authorities. I'm reading the story right now, man, and it's like they were literally a mile and a half from the house, and I think it says a family friend was inside the restaurant and spotted the children and called, they called the grandparents to come pick them up. Yeah. So I mean, so Karumbe, man, what you think about, obviously your kid going to driving to McDonald's, you're just getting cravings.
That is most definitely an ass whooping. I don't care for the fans out there who don't believe in it. They gonna be ass whooping going on. But I did have 2 friends when I was in middle school that stole a school bus and drove through a drive-through. So
wow, we had the same situation. Well, we didn't have it. They didn't steal the school bus and went to like a drive-through. They stole the school bus and drove it around the the neighborhood, because we had a school in the back of our neighborhood. Man, that shit was pretty wild.
Yeah, they had to go to juvenile for that. So, but you know how the bus drivers usually park on the side of the road, like when they pick students up and all the students on it, and they took the bus. They thought it was funny, and they took the bus and drove off. But I most definitely know their mom cooked their ass.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, man. So, Ebony, I'll ask you. Obviously, you guys shared the same child, but what would be your response to your child driving to, McDonald's? Obviously, that much underage.
Dude, that's a smart kid right there. You learn how to drive a car just off of YouTube. I was 23. I didn't even know how to drive until I was like 23. So that's crazy. Maybe they need to change the age for drivers, you know? No, I'm just kidding.
That man had the wherewithal to look up a YouTube video.
That's intelligence. You know what's wild is that the kid took money from his piggy bank, man, to take his 4-year-old sister to get something to eat.
That's love right there. He left.
Keep them names down, man. They might be indie drivers in the future.
Hey,
this is in Ohio. The story comes out of Ohio.
That's simply love right there, you know.
So with us, us being military affiliated, I just read that the Navy has decided that they're going to ban e-cigarettes, for anyone, that's probably in the Navy. Then fleets all across, the world, they're banning e-cigarettes. And so we figure what you guys think about that. I know for sure. I know a few people at my job that they're Air Force affiliate and contracted though, but they definitely use the vapor stuff and the e-cigarettes basically. So I'm me not being a smoker. I don't see, it doesn't affect me, but I mean, I figure what you guys thought on the whole nature of banning e-cigarettes. I'll go with Ebony on this.
Yeah, like more than half of my shop vapes. So I don't understand why they're still doing it. I mean, I can understand if it was like a safety hazard type of deal, where like causing fires or things like that. But I haven't experienced or heard of any negative, anything negative attached to the cigarette, or you deal in regards to like safety, like on a ship or anything like that, or at work. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's a little bit much. I mean, I don't know if they ban cigarettes, honestly, just regular smoking, but I mean, call it the e-cigarette, I think that might be a little excessive right there, Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, so Jeff, man, what you think about them banning e-cigs? So, Jeff, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I don't see what the big deal is, man. I mean, have they banned tobacco yet, like chewing tobacco?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So why would they ban e-cigarettes? They ain't banned normal cigarettes, did they? Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
We're picking and choosing what we're what's a health hazard again. You know what I'm saying? It's never something that's like written across the board that this is bad for your health. Don't so we're not gonna obviously it's outlawed, but it is what it is, man. But Evan, what you think about it, man?
Man, once again, we got our government picking and choosing what they want to do, and it's influenced by money. So if they ain't banned actual cigarettes yet, they shouldn't be messing with nobody else's stuff. I don't smoke. I don't care. I'm anti everything. But that's a picking and choosing thing. You know what I'm saying? The military should have banned cigarettes decades ago. That's killing more people than anything. I don't know what e-cigarettes do or how dangerous they are. I don't really care. But they just can't say, okay, you guys can't do that. That's stupid.
Yeah, what isn't going to kill you these days? Ain't nothing healthy for you.
Yeah. Obviously, another topic jump into obviously our
they ain't banned that bacon.
Yeah. The president, obviously had the military drop a 21,000-pound bomb on ISIS in Afghanistan. That bomb supposedly killed 36 ISIS fighters, and well, what I stand behind, it's funny that the ISIS was funded, I feel that I stand behind it that the ISIS was funded by the U.S. government, so we're basically bombing ourselves, but it is what it is, they can take that for what it's worth, but it's just very interesting, obviously we got this going on, and then other things going on in the world where North Korea is basically like getting pretty rough with Trump because they're denying that the whole war thing, but they said if Trump wants to go to war, they'll be ready for it. So it's shit getting real. I believe shit's gonna get real. I think we have a president that acts on impulse versus logic. So who knows what's to come next of this whole situation? But I just wanted to obviously see what you guys felt about, the bombing in Afghanistan, and then, possible going to war with North Korea. The sides are definitely unmatched based off of, the countries, affiliated with each other. It's like the U.S. and 18 other countries versus 4, but just wanted to get, your thoughts on it, Evan. What you think about it, bro?
All right. Well, with the Moab, which is a beautiful piece of equipment, I think. I'm always pro-military and stuff. However, I think Trump is that dude that you be out in the bar and he the one that can't fight, but all of the boys can fight, and he start to fight. Mm-hmm. That's him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I think we kind of went a little too far with that. But I'm not a strategist. I don't know what the deal was. I hope it leads to something better. I'm not sure what benefits that it had. But in regards to North Korea and Syria and Russia, because that's, all three of those tied together, we will win this war, of course. However, the toll that it will take on the economy and on if anybody dies, if one person dies from our military or allied forces, that's just too many. And I think it's just because North Korea postures up all the time. They always talking shit, barking outside the fence. Syria messes with their own people inside their own house. You know what I'm saying? Russia standing outside instigating shit, and we like, well, we do something about it. Well, if y'all didn't see it, they're moving ships into the Gulf of Mexico. And, that's not us, not our ships. You know what I'm saying? So if it goes down, it's going to go down. Hopefully it's conventional, where it's like our power against their power, not guerrilla forces. You know what I'm saying? If some North Korean people come here and try to bomb some shit like ISIS, we fucked. I can't tell them from anybody at the Chinese restaurant. So I don't know what to do. But
yeah.
So those are my thoughts.
Deaf to Ming, goddamn it, man. Yeah.
That's racist.
That is. That's very racist, man. It's very funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny we observe. It's what's been important really with this situation. Obviously, fun is fun, jokes is jokes, but just to embrace like the different cultures, and it's just very funny how different races have their like token jokes on them. So like whenever someone Asian, you tend to do like the Asian accent and shit like that. But it's just it's interesting to hear people's other people's I would say impression of what, you know, a black person sounds like, or what, you know, what a Latin person would sound like, and what a, you know, obviously what a white person would sound like, man. It's, you know, again, fun is fun, jokes is jokes, man. You know, like for us, there's always like some hip hop slang with us and shit. And the white people are known for talking very proper. And then some would even say, you know, Latins, you know, they sing when they talk or some shit like, hey, bro, you know, I do this and that and some shit, you know, some shit like that. But, you know, it doesn't make it right. It only points out some people's ignorance. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, you know, obviously we have to learn to grow and live as people and just embrace, you know, each other's cultures. You know what I'm saying? No one's better than the other. Obviously, one culture has the advantage economic wise on most of the others, but you know that's neither here nor there. But let's get really another sad moment really to talk about this week. Me being such a big comedy fan, you know, from my father.
I wanted to chime in on that Trump thing, man.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of people that don't know what the doomsday clock is.
Right.
And it's like the clock the scientists got to, like, every time we get closer to, like, the end of the world. I think they said, like, the end of February, it was, like, 2 minutes from midnight. And that's before all the rest of, like, the whole, like, Korea thing and all the rest of that stuff happened.
Right. Okay. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. Everybody want to play fucking Nostradamus, man. So sometimes people make good predictions. Other times they don't. But you know, what we want to talk about now is, you know, obviously the death of Charlie Murphy, man. It's very sudden. Very sudden. I know for me, Jeffrey and Evan, you know what I'm saying? We, man, you know, that's all we quoted. You know what I'm saying? Like we were in the Air Force together. Almost every day, you would hear at least Hunt was saying, Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
You know what I'm saying? So, yo, let me see who you got on the line. Yo, that Rochelle, that's you?
Yes.
Hey, welcome to the show. Everybody on the show. This is, obviously a new fan of the show calling in really just to give, you know, her 2 cents on a couple things. So I just wanted to welcome, you know, Miss Rochelle to the show. So obviously, Rochelle, say hello to everybody and, you know, we'll get this thing moving.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hi.
That's dry on that end.
Yeah, very, isn't it? Yo, Jeff, Ab, y'all here? Can y'all hear?
I said hello.
Hey.
Okay.
Hi. Hey.
Hello.
All right. Just making sure, you know, the volume. So, you know, Rochelle, we're just sitting here talking about, you know, really just me and, you know, and everybody that's on the line. We all were in the Air Force together. We're just talking about, you know, reflecting on, just Charlie Murphy's brief, I wouldn't say brief, you know, stint of, I would say success, because he's, you know, obviously been there since his brother's been there, but stand out on his own with the Chappelle Show. And, you know, it pretty much took everybody, the world by storm with that, thanks to David Chappelle with the, you know, with the storytelling thing. But, just giving a few words about that, what we liked about him. But I'll go with, let's say, you know, Evan, man, you want to give your thoughts really on Charlie Murphy, man, what you think about his legacy that he's left.
I honestly can't see much on him. I'm not really big into comedy like that. I'm sorry for cutting y'all off. So I'm not going to sit up here and like really speak on it.
Right. Okay. Well, that's right. That's cool. Let's let Evan say what he's going to say. Go ahead, bro.
It's funny because Evan and Ebony sound real close, and I don't know what to talk. I don't know when to butt in. Anyway, so
yeah.
You see, for us old heads, you know, I'm 35, man. I've seen Charlie Murphy and stuff before, Chappelle Show, and he was mainly like a role player. You know what I'm saying? He was in Jungle Fever. You know, he was in Players Club. You know, he was in I don't know, a couple other things, man. I was like, oh man, that's Eddie Murphy's brother. You know, that's cool as hell.
CB4, yeah.
Oh yeah, CB4. But when we, you know, got into Chappelle's Show, man, and Charlie Murphy was like a major staple on that show. And that man, he made the show what it was, pretty much, other than Dave Chappelle, actually. So I feel like, cancer strikes us all, man, and it's definitely a dilemma that we got to deal with. I'm not huge on conspiracies, but I think there's something. I think cancer can be cured. I think there's a cure out there somewhere. I think it's just too much money in the treatment that it is suppressed. And I don't think money from any one actor can save them from this mega business of drugging everybody up when they got cancer. It's sad that he had to go, man. We lost a good one.
Yeah. What about you, Karumbe, man? How do you feel about it, man?
I wish I got to see him more. I've seen him in TV4 and Players Club and some other stuff. But his humor was spot on, man. It's sad that I didn't get to see him more before he passed, or in more shows or more movies, or even his own comedy special, because you can see that he had it in him. To be up there. Right.
Yeah, it's tragic, man. But we obviously we're just gonna continue to watch all all this stuff, and do stuff with it, in his name and all that, man. It's rough, for being a big fan of comedy all this year. Eddie Murphy is one of my favorite comedians anyway, so it's I knew about him before I knew before I knew of him on his own. You know what I mean? So it's a rough one, man. It definitely caught me by surprise. I don't know about anybody else. It definitely caught me by surprise. I wasn't even quite sure when my cousin told me. He was like, "Yo, Charlie Murphy died." I'm thinking, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? Right. And then I obviously Googled it myself, and there it was. You know what I mean? So it's wild, man. Let me we'll jump on to another subject. When dating, how soon should you just discuss kids in a relationship? What I mean by that, as far as if you're dating someone and whether or not you want kids or don't want kids. And I'll let the newcomer to the show, Rochelle, speak on this. Yeah. Well, what you think about it, babe?
I think I would let it be known from the beginning what my intentions are, because I feel like I'm at an age now where I'm not just dating for the, excuse my language, for the fuck of it, but, I am looking for more. And having more kids is something that I want along with marriage. So if me and another person I'm dating, especially if I have interest and I'm investing time in that person, if that's not something they want and we're not on the same accord, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to let you know straight from the gate, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. If this is not what you want, we need to go our separate ways. So I definitely think that for me, that's something I let be known from the gate.
Okay.
I'm looking for marriage. I'm looking for kids, but I ain't trying to marry everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Word up.
Yeah. So, Ebony, what's your take on that as well?
Yeah, I agree. The same thing. No off gate. What's going on. Especially if you want to make it serious. Say, hey, this is what I want. For me in my situation, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have kids later on in the future, not right now. That's something that should be discussed earlier on, so you're not just wasting your time with when you do decide you want to have kids. You already know if that person don't want to have kids, then you do. Well, you know what to do, pretty much.
Yeah. So what about you, Evan? I said Evan, not Ebony, but Evan. Yeah, I know.
Well,
I know, but No. What's your thoughts on it, bro?
Well, I think with the age I'm at, 35, man, I got kids I got to look after, and my vested interests of my heart are very important because I don't have a whole lot of time to waste anymore. So, just like she said, you got to be straight up, and I think discussing kids is something that you need to be clear on in the very beginning because kids and marriage, because you got to be clear with the seriousness of what you're doing. If somebody comes in your life, you're like, look, man, we just fucking, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. That's great. Whatever. We just hang out. But somebody comes in your life and they're like, look, I'm looking for something more. I'm trying to build my empire with somebody. And that's when you know that this person is down for you no matter what, kids, marriage, what have you. You know, I already got kids. I really don't want any more. But if I make enough money, sure, I'll try again. But I guess it's all about the intentions of both parties. Both parties got to be down for everything before you can even get to a serious discussion about the kids. You know, you got to get that shit out in the beginning. You got to be down first.
Right. All right, Karumbe, you got anything you want to add? Yo, Jeff.
I don't know what to say, man. Because me myself, I feel it's like something that I don't like to discuss like off gate with somebody. Like that's something that you build over time with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you be with somebody for like a while, then you be with them. You like, you know, you think about kids later. I don't want to discuss that with someone like straight off the point, like off the jump. That could basically turn some people off, and then later on in their life they might think about kids.
Yeah, well, at least for me, I'm with the majority on it. Like after years of dating and, you know, making mistakes and trying to do things the right way, the best thing to do is just be straight up front. That way you let them know. That way no one's wasting each other's time. You know, so like I can be like, okay, well, what are you dating for? What are your interests? What are you looking to have? Well, I'm looking to, you know, obviously I'm dating to, you know, obviously to meet the right one and be married. And once marriage comes, then, you know, I definitely want to work on having kids. And you can just, that's real simple. I mean, if an individual, you know, like runs off from that, that's not the one you want to be with anyway. And, you know, you can pretty much, you know, you weed out the weak, basically. You know what I'm saying? Not to call anyone, you know, weak for not wanting to discuss it, but basically just weed out the people that, you know, that's not willing to have that, you know, discussion with you. So, you know, you stick to, you stick with the individuals that's willing to have, you know, go down the same path as you, or on the roughly the same page, you know. So I mean that's I mean your take on it, Jeff, is, you know, I guess not a bad. I totally understand that one as well. That's just my you know, feelings on that. So with having was yeah. Did you give your part on that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I couldn't remember.
I said I practiced, and then when I told them I didn't want to have kids, and then I tricked them, and
it tastes like strawberry too.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I pretty much got him trapped with a kid right now, so he's stuck for life with me. I told him I didn't want to have kids, and I lied, and yeah.
Yeah.
So he's living a sad, miserable life right now.
Right. So with that being said about kids, do you guys often wonder, with most of us being, well, all of us being parents really that are on the line, do you often worry about how the world will be when our kids are adults based off of the shit that we see right now?
Yes.
You know, so I'll pose that to Evan, man. You know, obviously with obviously being very strongly on domestic violence, and I have a daughter myself, so I'm definitely, you know, with you on that. You know, make sure she's educated enough on those things. But what's your take, man, on you know, how the world will be once our kids are adults?
I think at the rate things are going, I have a dismal view on what the future will be like as far as interpersonal relationships between people. Technology is great, but it's too much. And I think that we are losing our social skills based on the fact that you can just reach out to anybody with a phone or a computer or a tablet whenever you feel like it. So you can be friends with somebody and just walk past them on in real life, not even know they got it on Facebook. But I think our kids, they're going to be smarter. They're definitely going to be smarter than us because they have everything at their fingertips. I just think that we're going to lose out on a lot of quality interactions that we used to have when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? Like being somewhere without a phone all day, you know, hanging out with your friends or family reunions and things like that. Actually making a commitment to something without 75 other things coming up that you could possibly do, including people. So I just think that I I think the world will be okay. I just don't think we won't be a genuine, tight-knit society like we used to be.
Okay. Karumbe, man. Obviously, you got a daughter just like me, man. Why do you see the future of for our kids? Yeah. Go, Jeff.
Yeah, man. I'm not too worried about it, to tell you the truth. I know it's bad, but my parents probably said the same thing about the future we're in right now. You raise your kids right, and that's what you can hope for. You know what I'm saying? That they learn from what you give them. That's the way I see it. But like as of the technology, yeah, man. Like you think about dating used to be like meeting somebody, talking to them through a friend, or running into somebody. Now it's like swipe left, swipe right, swipe left. Nah, right. That's how it is now.
Okay. All right. So, Eb, what's your take? What's your take on it? Eb, you there?
Oh, my take on it?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's crazy. It makes me a little worried. Like, are they gonna, is it gonna be just, like Jeff said, how our parents were with us? They were thinking the same thing. It's changed drastically to the point where we're like, man, is it gonna be like it is now? How drastic is everything gonna be once our kids get older? Back in the days we used to watch those movies about how we'd be in like the year 2016, we riding around in spaceships and all that crap, But here we are, we're not, I mean, technology has evolved, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of worried the state of the world right now and everything. Yeah, it's kind of scary to even think about, what might be, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Or, is this next generation going to, take care of it a lot better than we are? Can only hope for the best,
This generation for the front, they crazy.
So, every parent wants their kids to, excel and do better than you,
Yeah, gotta agree on that. But, yeah. So, Rochelle, what you think about, the future for our kids?
I honestly don't know what to say besides the fact it's just kind of getting crazy. Like, I have a daughter. My daughter's only 2, but my biggest hope for my daughter is that she doesn't allow technology or the biggest influence of social media to influence her, that she has a mind of her own. It's like I notice a lot of things with my siblings. I have siblings between the ages of 5 and 16, 5 of them, and they're easily influenced by what they see, like this whole catch me outside chick, like, and just different trends. These what's the little kid with the red braids, Yachi, whatever the child's name is. He can't rap. Yeah. Whatever the child's name, but they're just so easily influenced. I'm sorry, he's so ratchet. But they're just so easily influenced. And granted, for me growing up, it was music videos or whatnot. It just seems like it's just getting worse over time, certain trends that they're picking up on. So for me, honestly, I just try to think positive that my daughter just is able to have a mind of her own and just not fall trapped into certain things and whatnot, especially with the whole thing of the missing kids and whatnot. That scares me the most, especially having a daughter, like that she doesn't get so caught up online or on social media, because I have to catch my little sister. She's 16. She's always on her phone on these little dating things or on Keek. And I'm like, who are you talking to? Do you know who you're talking to? Like, one time I caught her. She was talking to somebody on Instagram, and I looked up the little boy's name. She thought the little boy was 16 and lived in Maryland. This little boy was all of 10 years old and lived in California. I'm like, you don't know who the heck you're talking to. That could be a grown behind man plotting on you. Like, you just never know who you're talking to. And my biggest fear for the younger generation are the ones that are behind technology, that use it for bad, that use it for evil, to lure kids and things of that nature.
Okay. Yeah. All right, yeah, that's when you talk about Lil Yachty. He was on, the Breakfast Club. I don't know if it was yesterday or day before yesterday, but Charlamagne basically told him to his face, that he's he's pretty much, the perception is that he's the poster child for the whack rappers. I haven't heard his music. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I have. I mean, I got family that that obviously they're early 20s, so they bump that shit. That's their music. So I don't knock them for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what they do. I mean, we had our time for music, and that's just what it'll be. But it's it's an acquired taste. It's just like Cajun food. Not everybody's into it, but somebody's listening to this shit, obviously, because he's got over so many views or so many listeners.
Yachty shit is hot, yo.
That freaking 21 Savage crap, I can't.
21 Savage go hard in the paint. Y'all niggas hate.
Saying don't make no sense.
That's what you. It's not a hate if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't listen to opera music, that don't mean you hate opera music. It just means you don't like opera music.
I also listen to opera music.
You know what I'm saying? So, Karumbe, do you listen to Will Smith every day?
I do not listen to Will Smith, but I do have some Will Smith.
Does that mean you hating on Will Smith? No. What that means is you just don't prefer
you
to hear.
Don't like Will Smith.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean,
if you want to kill your brain sucked by listening to Little Yachty, then that's your business. But by all means, I'm not about to decipher his lyrics to try to figure out what he's attempting to talk about, and he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Again, I've yet to hear any of his music, so I wouldn't.
And you don't want to. You ain't missing nothing.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna see you some of the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. I'll take a listen. You know what I'm saying, to what it is. Just text that to me or whatever. Kendrick's album dropped today. I'm hearing a lot of great things about it. Supposedly it's setting the internet on fire. I'll get a chance to listen to that later on this evening. Kendrick is one of my favorite artists that are out. You know what I'm saying, right now in hip hop. I love the message that he sends. With his music. I'm Rashad, I'm not sure if you're a big Kendrick fan, but of his albums that have came out, To Pimp a Butterfly was like one of my most played albums of 2015. I played that joint. So I played that album so much. The message in his music is just phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure, even with the new single, Humble, it's got one half of our culture upset, the other half is praising it, because he said that he prefers a natural female, that has stretch marks. I don't see the issue with even saying that's not saying nothing against the females that don't have that shit. You know what I'm saying? That may have gotten surgery done so that they don't have that. That's nothing against him. He just said a preference. You know what I'm saying? He just preferred his females to be obviously to be natural. But it is what it is. But you Rochelle, being a black woman, how did you take that statement?
I loved it because he's embracing us as black women being natural. It's like you look at black women on these TV shows at Love and Hip Hop or Basketball Wives, and you see a lot of them. They have their lipo and they have their fake boobs and these fake asses. And it's almost like being in their fake lashes and their weaves down to their ass. And, being natural is not something that's promoted heavy for us. Like, you might see a couple, like myself, I have dreads, and you might see some women with natural hair from time to time, but you don't see it being shown in the media, like embracing it, like showing that stretch marks are real, and it's okay to have stretch marks, or maybe your butt's not that big, but it's okay. Like, you're you. You can still be beautiful and not have to do all the extra stuff. And I truly appreciate him for that. Like, it's okay. You can still be beautiful without all the extra stuff.
Right. So, Ebony, same question to you. How'd you feel when you obviously heard Kendrick make that, that statement about, women of our culture. Go ahead. Have you there?
Yeah, when I heard that, I thought I might have a chance with him after all, man.
So Marshawn Lynch and Kendrick Lamar.
Well, yeah, I gotta have a backup. Plan A don't work, I gotta give it plan B. Keep it moving.
Right. Yeah. So you want to just elaborate as far as what you liked about the statement?
I support her choice.
He's stupid. Well, I think that's great. A lot of people. It's funny. People say that they embrace it. This and that. But then when you look at their videos, like, okay, you embrace it. You should embrace everybody. So, I don't know. But it's a good thing that he says that. I have seen some more people promoting that as well. It's not all about the fakeness. About people think what's beauty is just perfect, flawless skin, no marks, and your hair is all nice and you can run a finger through it, I'm natural myself, so, I think that's a great thing that he embraces it, I really do. And hopefully more people will get on board with him. You know what? Everybody has their own perception of beauty. It doesn't always have to be this. And, as a mother of a 4-year-old female, I don't want to look up to, I want to be able to see everything from it, whether it's somebody with stretch marks, or, somebody with fake boobs, whatever, but let her decide on what she thinks, what she likes, and not let the media tell her what should be and how she should think is beautiful. It should be left up to her.
Right. Okay. So Jeff, man, obviously, get your take on the whole, the Kendrick album being released, and then to the the statement that he made in Humble, man. What did you think about it, bro?
I like this. I like the song, man. I don't even see why people would get mad over that statement. Only people that get mad over that statement is fake people who did surgery or got some shit like. That's the only people who will be mad. There's no reason to be mad over him making a statement about him liking natural women. That's just, you can't win in this world today, man. You're going to make somebody mad.
Well, we do live in a society that does get upset over a fucking,
very
like
sensitive.
a tweet. We get, over tweets and shit.
But I do have the album, man, and there's a track up there. Let me check this joint right quick.
Yeah.
It's like near the, is it God? It's not God. He got a bunch of fire ones on this motherfucker. Excuse me. I got to go to my Trapper decks.
No, man. But it's just
my song right now.
You can look,
XXX with U2. The song with U2, fire.
Wow. Damn, he got U2 on the album. That's dope, man. Remember we were talking about. Remember a couple episodes we was talking about like those, like I would say combinations of music. You know what I'm saying? You bringing together like rock with, hip hop or like just weird combinations. So that's pretty dope, man. What I want to say, our society is very, very, very sensitive when it comes to shit, man. Like, every week there's something, and then it gets run into the fucking ground. Like this whole Pepsi shit is like gets ran into the fucking ground. This week we got United Airlines. I've seen like at least 100 memes just talking about the United Airlines bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's some funny, some it's like, all right, cool, we get the joke, it's done. But they had another incident recently where a scorpion fell from the ceiling on top of a passenger. So United just like giving away money. That's what I know. United loves to give away money.
I thought it was really funny, like everybody was, in an uproar to say, oh, he got drugged off the plane. Then I read an article where one of the individuals that did volunteer to get off the plane was actually paid or whatnot. I'm not for sure how true that is, And so as I'm seeing that article circulate, everybody's like, oh, drag me off the plane. I would have got off the plane. So I'm like, okay, do you want to volunteer to get off the plane, or would you have rather got drug off the plane? It's like, it's no satisfying anybody. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been done enough flying in my day, flying back and forth from, Miami to Atlanta to Virginia. And I've been in situations, and mainly leaving out of Norfolk, going back to like Florida, is where I'll get that question, like the overbook a flight and ask someone if they want to, obviously take like another flight and get like a complimentary like round trip or something like that. I'm never taking that trip because I got shit to do back at home. Normally I was flying back on the same day I was working. So I kind of got people like relying on me to be there, so that they can be relieved of the duty. But yeah, it's insane, like again, we have all the technology, in the world, and people still choose to do wild shit like this. As far as dragging this guy off the plane, what you thought that wasn't gonna go viral? Like what you guys really thought? You know what I'm saying? Like it's insane. Like again, and same thing with like the cops and shit. I guess this guy was out, in the middle of the street, and then they just like two cops. They just in Georgia, I believe they slammed the guy on the pavement, and he not nothing in his hand, no guns or anything, and just slam him on the pavement. And like we're going to see this shit. It's going to happen, So I don't know. Hopefully we can get some fixed. So
that's when you stop me to get to know their communities better and stuff, and to know people, and maybe they wouldn't be so gung ho on slamming people up against the ground, beating them handcuffed, and things like that. They just need to get out more in their communities and everything, versus just only showing up when there's something bad going on.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I mean, that's pretty much this Friday's episode of the show. But, obviously before we get out of here, we want to give, I want to thank everybody that called in. Jeff, Ebony, Rochelle, been new to the show. I'd love to have you back on. Appreciate your feedback. Evan, it's everybody that's been on the show. So I just want to give, obviously Ebony, you time to give your, contact information, figure out where people can find you. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the network. So you go ahead and let them know your, your contact information.
Sugar Booger on Instagram.
Yeah, the Twitter too, right? If you remember it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot my Twitter. Hold on. I haven't looked at it in like months. Actually, Twitter is Croombooger. Yep, just Croombooger.
Okay. All right, Croombooger. All right, Rochelle, same thing for you. If you want to give out, obviously your contact information, Twitter or anything like that, you're more than welcome to. Definitely understand if you elect not to. Normally, Karumbe remains the mysterious one on the show, so it's all good.
That's cool, but my information is LockGoddess316 on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, obviously, me, romey_mak, MAK on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Instagram, and then Facebook. Oh, if I said Facebook, I'm thinking about the other guys. But Facebook.com/romey-mak 2 cents, and pretty much, try to do our best to give you like the best show, that we can bring. I appreciate everybody being on the show. This. Oh yeah, one more thing before we get out of here. Yeah, Jeff, I don't know if you saw it, man, but Nintendo's going to be discontinuing that Nintendo Classic, that they came out with, that had everybody, calling up Best Buy, Walmart, and all that shit, trying to get one. But they're gonna discontinue. Yeah, they're gonna discontinue. I mean, I got emulators on my laptop, so I mean, I've been had Nintendo Classic before it was Nintendo Classic anyway. But yeah, they're gonna do that. They're gonna discontinue that. I don't know. I thought that I thought that would be a big money maker for Nintendo. I guess they didn't make as much as they thought, or maybe they ran out of the product. But anyway, I just thought toss that out there before we get out of here. But yeah, that's the end of the show. Appreciate everybody for listening in. Be sure to share the link to the show on your social media and all that. As always, this is your boy romey-mak. I appreciate everybody calling in, tuning in. But we out. Peace.
Okay, Kevin, for the grand prize of $1 million. What color is the White House?